Hi guys. Okay. This is video number 348. When I get to 350, I'm gonna do something special or like off the wall kind of, because it's a big number and I can't believe I'm this close to 400. But I was thinking that the order of the videos I was gonna do today, and I promised you guys Dawson's Creek because I wanted to go back into the 90s a little bit and maybe a little bit of the 2000s, and so I'm gonna do that. All right. Let's see. Dawson's Creek. Well, it started in 1997, ended in 2003, so 6 years. It was different, but it wasn't. Okay, I would say Beverly Hills 90210 that ran from 1990 to 2000 was a predecessor of Dawson's Creek, and I'll explain why. Although I'll also explain how they're different. Um, okay, Beverly Hills 90210, as you all know, was produced by Aaron Spelling, the biggest, one of the, if not the biggest, one of the biggest producers in television. He produced Melrose Place, Dynasty, any kind of soap. It's probably done by Aaron Spelling. All right. So Beverly Hills 90210 was, well, the story was two twins from Minnesota who moved to Beverly Hills, California, and they're the fish out of water, and they're trying to adapt to this new environment and new norms as far as the kids are richer, have more money, so the cars are really nice and the clothes are really nice. So from a guy's perspective, Brandon had to deal with not having such a nice car, and from the woman's perspective, Brenda, or teenage girl, had to deal with not having the right clothes or not looking right, or image. But image based on fashion, not really anything else. Um, but okay, so you start out with all these kids, and you have two parents and a owner of a restaurant, Nat, who becomes like a second father to a lot of the kids. So there's always an adult element, but there wasn't always an adult present. Okay, so the kids basically, they had parents up until season 5. Then through some storyline, which I'm not going to get into that much here, they moved to Tokyo, Japan, leaving the kids, now college age, by themselves. All right. You juxtapose that with Dawson's Creek, where you're supposed to believe all these kids are 15, 16 years old, 15, going into high school. Okay. Major difference. The kids are way smarter than kids should be. They talk like they're in college and high school. And the parents are there, but not really, because it's written like the kids have their own problems and the parents have their own set of problems. This is magnified or shown in season 1 when the mother, Gail of Dawson, and he was Dawson Leary, okay? Mrs. Leary, who was a news anchor actually, was having a secret affair with a TV anchorman who she worked with. Although, if you look at the, how they shot it, you can clearly tell she was doing something with that guy. The way they were looking at each other, that kind of thing. But see, the thing is that the husband, the father, Mitch, played by John Wesley Shipp. He, for some reason, he believed in his wife because they had been married for, let's say, 20 years. So he believed in his wife and could never fathom that she could cheat on him until he literally asked her at some point, "What's going on? Because you're acting different, you know?" And she said, and then he had to say something to the effect of, "Are you having an affair?" And she said, "Yes," finally, breaking down in tears. And he said, "Oh my God, okay." They automatically separated and divorced like as quick as you can. Okay? Alright. Then we have Joey Potter, played by Katie Holmes, and Michelle Williams played Jen Lindley, and Joshua Jackson played Pacey Witter. Don't ask me how they got that name. I don't know. But okay, so this is kind of spoiler alert, although if you watch it at all, I'm not spoiling it. Okay, because, and I found this out later, um, if you watch this show without having any information, you think it's going to go one way and the kids are going to be paired in a certain way, and then it turns out completely different. But if you know the background information, the backstage stuff, you understand why they were paired. Okay, what I'm talking about is the Dawson and Joey friendship. Now, supposedly, imagine, okay, if you've ever known somebody since you're kids, I mean, 8 and 9 years old, okay, and all you know is this person, and this person is like family to you, and then when you get to become growing up, teenager, you know, the hormones start kicking in, and you might develop a crush on this person, and your family and their family think that you're going to end up together, and you probably do and probably don't, but there's a huge percentage that do because you've known them your entire life. Well, that was the way it was supposed to be paired in the beginning. What happened was, in real life, Joshua Jackson and Katie Holmes had undeniable chemistry on the set. So the writers rewrote, or they wrote the story so that the characters could fall in love too. Because I guess they realized that if they paired it with Joey, Katie Holmes, and James Vanderbeek, it wouldn't be the chemistry as in Katie Holmes and Joshua Jackson. So that's why it was paired like that. And also, this is not really a side note, but the character of Jen was just kind of put in there because she was supposed to be the outsider who broke everything up. And that's what she did. Although, you find out really quickly that she had some other issues of her own, which is why she was there in the first place. Alright. And then of course you have all the, what I would say is side characters or family members. Okay, you have Bessie, Joey's sister, the brother-in-law, which was a black guy, which having an interracial couple back in those days was huge. Okay. Then for Jen, she didn't really have any relatives, but her grandmother, played by Mary Beth Peel, she really loved her and doted on her. And Joshua Jackson Pacey had his brother, Doug, played by Dylan O'Neill or something like that. Dylan Neal. So I gave you all the characters. Okay. I have to give the show a little credit because, like I said, they did involve interracial things and they put some African American black characters on the show, which was not really done. I mean, you would have the one character that was black in the main cast, but that would be it. Or you would have periphery friends who were other races, black, Asian, whatever, but they would come in, they would either come in and out, but not be in every storyline, or come in for a couple episodes and then never be seen again. Um, so yeah, but giving it an overall rating, well, okay, if you can suspend your disbelief, if you can suspend your belief, then it's a good show. If you want it to be realistic and true to reality, it's not such a good show, but it's a teen soap. So you kind of have to adjust your expectations. But I also think, on the other hand, they did cover issues. And I mean, they really covered them, which wasn't being really done back in those days. Because even with Beverly Hills 90210, they talked about like breast cancer a little bit because Brenda has a scare, or not really teen pregnancy because I think that they had the character of Donna Martin to um, champion abstinence. So, um, so yeah, I mean, but I think you can say with any soap or anything, they're hit and misses. So, all right. Bye, everybody.